Welcome back to another episode of Who the F***. It's the show that aims to take a deep dive into some of the acts announced at Reading Leeds 2019. In today's video we're looking at MTRNICA. He's a rapper from London. If you've never heard of him before, hopefully this video will help answer the question, who the f*** is MTRNICA?
Niggas used to look down the look on me. They can see my face, they can't tell me nothing. I can see no one tell me vision to play. Pure smell wrapped in plastic, they ain't coming.
MTRNICA, drop the vowels bar the I, is a rapper from London. I can't find out where his real name is. He's a very small artist with very little information about that, so this is going to be a quick video. I do apologise. MTRNICA, if you're watching, I'd love to do more. I just need to get some more information about you so that I can bulk this one out. He's from Croydon, and in his own words, he calls that Gotham City. He describes his music as incomparable. I probably would disagree, but I can definitely say there's some influences there. Musically, and by musically I mean the choice of his beats, they're a bit more kind of dark and aggressive. They remind me very similar to kind of Bexy, Ghost Main. It's almost like goth trap is the way I would describe it. Sometimes his flows can remind me of Gigs. But I think a lot of the heavy use of auto-tune reminds me of some of the kind of current mumble and emo rappers that are out there as well. He mentions being inspired dramatically by both Daft Punk and Kanye West. And additionally mentions being a big fan of Travis Scott.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side.
This is because foremost he's a producer and less of a rapper, something that MTRNICA can also align with. MTRNICA is 19 years old. He's so young. When he was much younger, he used to play football for Crystal Palace FC before pursuing a career in the music industry. On November 12th, he played at the O2 in Islington in London, something that he predicted live on radio in February of that year.
I'm aiming for that show, November 12th, on my birthday, you know. Like, everything will change. Like, people will know that I'm serious and like I'm not a novelty act. Like, I'm not doing this for fun. Like, I'm in this for the long run. So
yeah. So wait, was that like a low-key announcement? That headline show November the 12th?
It will happen. It's not set in stone, but in my mind it's happening. You know.
Yeah.
Like, and it will.
Predicted is a term I'd probably use loosely, but you know, if he did, good for him. His music is released on a record label called Night Rider, drop the vowels, a record label set up by MTRNICA just to release his own music. It seems that he wants to have as much control over his music as he possibly can, making his own artwork, editing his own videos, and producing, writing, and mixing all of his own records. To date, he's released 7 singles. However, with an up-and-coming Reading and Leeds slot, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more music come out of MTRNICA. Maybe at least an EP or something. He doesn't really come across as someone who wants to fall into a category of predictions, but I think it would be good to see some more music come out by then. His most popular record is a record called Live or Die.
Don't hit my phone, don't be my line. Fuck then decline, smoke is on site.
Currently sat on 2.2 thousand views, officially taking the smallest place as an act on the WTF series so far. It's worth pointing out, however, that he gets over 1,000 listens a month on Spotify, so that's clearly more his platform. This will be his first time taking to Reading and Leeds festivals. He's set to open the festival on the One Extra stage on the Friday at Reading and the Saturday at Leeds. There's not an awful lot of information out there about MTRNICA. As I said at the beginning of the video, this one is pretty brief. There's a couple of interviews, but not really a lot about him as an artist and his story. His sound is pretty different to some of those in the UK at the moment. His flow and lyrical content certainly remind me of, they sound a lot more intelligent than a lot of the kind of other rappers that are around that I may not be fans of on this series. And his energy reminds me way more of a punk band than it does like a drill artist. Something that doesn't come across when you listen to his music, but certainly does live. I do have a really like his profile picture on Instagram of Mickey Rourke as Ivan Virgo from Iron Man 2.
Yes.
I want my bird.
A bird? You want a bird?
I want my bird.
I can get you a bird, I can get you 10 birds.
I want my bird.
That being said, the opening slot for the festival is a really important one to me. In previous years, I've seen some great acts kick off the weekend for me, and it's mega important to set a good tone for me. Currently, I'm really excited to see both Blocks and Zuzu. Video for Blocks is on the way. So, do I want to... So the question is, will I be checking him out? Now, if I'm going from the festival or public to the Radio 1 stage or vice versa, then I'm basically walking past that stage anyway, so maybe it would make sense to go and poke my head in a little bit. I probably wouldn't stay for the whole set, but I think it would be really cool to poke my head in and see his set, especially as someone that's getting that little views, that'd be great. But it just depends if I want to cut up my first act. There's a 50-50 chance of that happening. So on the likely to see scale, I'm going to go with a 5 out of 10. What do you think? Is MTRNICA someone that you've seen before? Are you going to go check out his set at this year's festival? He's certainly someone that has a lot of energy and I'm really intrigued by. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.